I just learned some jazz today, it's true. He just learned some jazz today, and you gon' learn.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Irie Lemon.
Stop. It's
What?
Passion the Prophet.
Oh,
We rebranded.
I forgot. I came up with the name and still forgot.
Was just past 1, 2, 3 man with a 4, 5 step to the door like oh my gosh. Just throw that cash in a back bag, run around the back and pull up the track, cause yo.
What's up, everybody? I'm Passion,
And I'm Prophet.
and together we are
Passion the Prophet.
Them, cause nowadays you couldn't find me on the BBC, CTV, NBC. Them can't program me. Better them try to go and see. Taking the heights like Andes. Andes man one step to me, couldn't get the best of me, couldn't beat the rest.
All right, guys. So this is season 2 of the formerly known Irie Lemon podcast. And Liz has came up with a great name for the podcast. Liz, can you please let the people know what the name is?
Yes. It was Vince's genius idea a while ago to rebrand. The name we decided on is Passion to Profit by Irie Lemon.
Insert drum roll. Or I think I should give the people some context on why
Please do.
I thought it was a good idea to rebrand. So, Irie Lemon. First off, a lot of you guys say Irie Lemon, which I don't think sounds like a cool podcast to listen to.
How do you pronounce Irie for the folks out there?
Irie, like an I, and then like Ree. So Irie. So that was one thing. I kept hearing people saying Irie Lemon. Like when we interview people, I just found that kind of okay. This is just too much to always like change the name. But also, I felt like our podcast, we were getting very passionate people on who built businesses that are profitable, and I feel like we wanted to really get the behind the scenes stories of those businesses and those people. And I didn't have the name. You came up with the name. I think you knocked that out the park.
Well, I was thinking about, obviously in the Lemon Bowl with my business, a lot of the success of a recipe is finding what people are looking up online. So no one's going to see my recipes if people aren't searching for those terms. So I was thinking about how do we grow our audience? How do we reach people that we could help that aren't in our current circles? Mm-hmm. And obviously to do that, you've got to think about what people are looking up on podcast platforms or Googling or whatever it might be. And
so how did the name actually come about? Did you dream about it?
So that
Shower?
was my main thought. No, I was driving.
Did you Google it?
Rich and I were in Wyoming. We were celebrating our anniversary.
Wyoming.
The state. Jackson Hole. Kanye.
How was that?
That's where Kanye lives.
UCA?
Fantastic. We hung out. He invited me to the crib. Kim and I did some makeup tutorials together and we chilled. She gave me some Skims. It was super fun. So we were in Jackson Hole for our 15th wedding anniversary, and we were driving to Idaho because that's what you do when you're there. You drive to the mountains and chill and hike and eat. So we're driving to Idaho, and we're going. It's like a crazy.
It's just a funny state name.
Yeah, it really is. And the whole time I was just determined to come up with a name because I knew we needed to rebrand. I wanted to be a good, all-encompassing name that didn't lock us in. We're multifaceted people, different interests. Anyways, Passion to Profit covers it all because we're two very passionate people and we're very focused on creating profitable businesses, but we wanted to do it with things we're passionate about. So we turned our passions of food into profitable businesses. And I felt like that was a good general thesis for the type of people we'll have on who have also turned their passions into profit.
Yeah.
Or people that want to or aspire to or dream of it.
Well, incredible name. I love it and I enjoy it. And I hope
Thanks,
our
Vince.
listeners will too. I think that's like a good segue into pivoting in business, right?
Yeah.
Like don't be afraid to. I think a lot of people get into their old ways and think, oh, we've done this or we did it like this, so we have to do it like this.
Do you pivot in business a lot?
All the time. I change my mind. I mean, do I change my mind a lot, do you think?
Every time we talk, he's doing something different. And he acts as though it's like a long established thing he's been working on. Like, really didn't tell me that.
So I love changing my mind. I love changing things and like tinkering and
That's probably more fun to you than the actual completion of the project.
yeah, because I always think it can be better. So sometimes I get too focused on what it actually should be than like actually finishing it sometimes. And so I just love that aspect of it.
And you're good at it. That's your
Yeah.
God-given talent.
So how like as a reflect of our year.
Yes.
What like, and we talked about this before, but what were some of your favorite moments of the Irie Lemon podcast? And wait, and for the people, is Irie Lemon still a thing or is it gone? By the way,
He knows the answer to this, folks. Irie Lemon is still the name of our business, and our business has different components. We have a mastermind. We have a video series called Irie Lemon Eats. We, have our LLC remains Irie Lemon. So it's just the podcast is Passion to Profit by Irie Lemon. So, for example, follow us on Instagram at Irie.lemon. That doesn't change. We're not going to have Instagram accounts for every channel of our business. So that still exists, which is the perfect name because it's both of us. But we want to make sure that this podcast, I want people to know what it's about. Mm-hmm. And I want people to understand what it's about. And also I want it to reach people looking for this type of content.
Wow. So do you think like any guests are coming on? Like any big names at all? Or is it just going to be just us two?
I felt like with a rebrand, wouldn't it be cool if we had someone really special on that had, millions of followers on each platform? Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be the coolest.
Kind of make a splash. Something that like people remember, it stands out.
I mean, you got that blue check, so you got to definitely be DMing people, right?
So do you remember in October when you texted me some fun news?
Yeah, I did.
What happened?
Was that October?
Yeah.
So this year has gone so fast, but so slow at the same time.
Yeah, that was October. I was in Chicago.
That was October.
I was in Chicago, and I remember I was in like the beautiful Four Seasons. They were hosting me and my family, and I remember specifically because all of a sudden I couldn't focus on like what we were doing. And then I was walking in downtown Chicago, of course, to try to find a Starbucks. And when you're like, I was like texting, I was like, where? And then I got lost because I was so distracted.
Yeah, so I remember this morning. I remember getting up and like
it was a Friday.
It was Friday, so I only work on the weekends. I know, privileged life.
And what? You only work on the weekends?
No, I work.
What kind of?
But like the restaurants open on the weekends, and I remember.
Nice.
I remember waking up and being like, one of my billion ideas. I was like, what? I should hit somebody up with a big account for this rebrand. Something that can like help us like be a foundation to our next step in business.
Yeah.
And so I hit up Gary Vaynerchuk. If you guys know who Gary Vee is, he is like the Michael Jordan of entrepreneurship right now. He's on every social media platform. He's building businesses. He's selling businesses. He's telling you not to care about your family or what they think, at least. And so I reached out to him, and he said yes. So
yeah, he tweeted. So Vince, how did you ask Gary Vee to be on our podcast?
I DM'd him, and I was like, "Would you be down to come on my podcast?" ? That's about it.
And what happened?
He said, "Sure, send me an email."
And he emailed the I don't know if this. I wasn't part of that. Like, who got back to you? Who followed up? We want to know the tea.
So, I emailed him and I sent him like a little message of like, "Hey, I appreciate what you're doing. I like your brand." And some people on his team, I'm guessing his production team, reached out back to us and said, "Yep, for sure. How about this date?" Or
I mean, how did it feel to have Gary Vee's team email?
It was crazy.
Was that a crazy moment?
The whole point, I guess, is just like you don't need like a crazy pitch. Sometimes you just got to shoot your shot, right? Like you got to put the numbers on the board. Shout out to Pusha T. You guys are hip hop fans, you know what I'm saying? But it's really that is reps, right? It's like every day, like going for it and not being afraid of looking dumb or not being afraid if someone didn't answer.
Wait, what's the Pusha T?
There's a song called "Numbers on the Board" by Pusha T.
Can we link to that in the show notes?
Probably can link that.
Because I hate when I listen to a podcast and they talk about a great song and then like can't find it.
Complete tangent. Did you know that Pusha T helped make the "Ba Da Ba 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 I'm Lovin' It" song?
You're kidding me.
No, I'm being so serious.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
I believe it.
I love that jingle.
That's a great.
Crazy.
That is smart.
I think he just did I forgot another brand, but he just helped another brand make one too. So,
all right. So Gary Vee's team. Hey Vince, we can't wait to come on. They sent you the calendar appointment. That's great sign. Like they're down. They're sending you the link to come on, join. I remember. Yeah.
You know what? I don't like. Yeah, it's funny. Like it was definitely cool. I remember texting you about it, and then I don't think you believed me. At first.
Yeah, I did.
No, I think you're like, no shit or something. And then
No, I
was
knew
like,
right away. I didn't know if you wanted it for your podcast or for ours.
Oh yeah, no, definitely Irie Lemon. But
I appreciate that. Friend. Thank you.
So yeah, I just remember
He's a real one, folks.
I just remember messaging him, but his team didn't answer. They didn't answer back right away.
They said to reach out and they didn't hear back right away.
Yeah, and then I just went back about my day, to be honest. And it was like, it was cool. It was a good feeling, and so that's why we're. If you're watching our YouTube video right now, we're in a new studio. Our podcast producer built one, and it's amazing in here.
Yeah,
he did all
shout
this
out to Kirk. He's the man.
And he did all this work not only for his own studio, but like for us to be able to use. And Gary's supposed to come on today, and he's a busy guy, and so he canceled at 8 in the morning.
Let's say the funny moment though, how we all found out. And we've got like a crew here. We have like a couple videographers. Thank God the photographer was unavailable.
Yeah.
Thank God Amanda was busy tonight.
I know. So
Amanda, hope you're having a great event tonight. Ours didn't come through, but
yeah. So
but no, we're sitting here, we're waiting because you're like, why are we here so early?
Yeah, I'm thinking like, why are we here so early if it's at 7? Because I completely forget.
I think I put 5:30 for everyone just to like come get set up. There were a couple different camera angles.
Completely makes.
I just wanted to like chill out before. I wanted to get my composure, have a maybe some vodka.
But I forget things last minute, or like I don't really know what's happening till the last minute. I like to like go in.
Yeah. You're like, oh, what am I doing today?
I don't want to be too prepped.
Yes.
I don't want to be tarnished. I don't want to be indoctrinated with other people's thoughts. I want to have.
Whereas I'm the exact opposite. Like when I go to bed at night, I look at my next day. And there's a lot of moving pieces with little children as well. Like I can't leave the house without like they have to have childcare. Like there's a lot. So I'm like, am I going to leave a kid at like the school? I've got like I'm always in fear. I've left a kid somewhere.
You're
it's
definitely
like
way more responsible than I am.
No, it's just a matter of like, did I leave Timmy? I'll never forget. I was getting my lashes done, and the school was calling. I forgot to pick my kid up somehow. Low moment in motherhood. So I'm constantly in fear of what am I? Is Timmy off in the playground alone right now? So.
Wow.
I don't do a lot of last minute. What am I doing in the next couple
See?
hours? That's exactly why it was so pathetic. Like, really, Liz?
Your eyelashes look good today, though.
Thank you.
First you don't succeed, try.
So, long story short, that's funny because, I just feel better knowing. But I get what your point is. Like, you don't necessarily want to, like, it's probably more fun for you to kind of be like, what am I doing in the next couple hours?
Well, yeah. So I was just like, like it started with the curiosity. We just did a test about. Like,
your 6 working geniuses.
Yeah. So you guys should take that test.
We'll link to it.
We'll link
highly
to it.
recommend it.
And I'm always iffy about all these personality things anyway. I'm kind of like a skeptic about him. It's like who really knows?
But this one
is this like, who's like making money off us, right? Anyway, it was cool. I got into it. I took the test. I think my top 2 were wonder and discernment. Mm-hmm. And my I forgot the other 2. Your top 2 were.
My top 2 is tenacity, which is getting the job to completion, to fruition, and then galvanizing, which is rallying the team. Like I'm like the hype girl. Like, let's go on, guys, let's do it. It's gonna be amazing.
So my wonder was going off. I was like, I wonder what time all this stuff is going on. Like, and we should clarify,
I wasn't on the Gary Vee calendar appointment.
Yeah, so Liz. This is Liz. Okay.
No.
This has nothing to do with Liz. This 100% have to do everything with me.
No, it's not my point.
It's 100% my fault.
I'm saying the risk is higher. Like it wasn't
the
like
risk
normally.
Vincent was over it.
It's like normally you have like 15 people.
I'll fall on the sword.
No, I'm just clarifying. Normally you'd have some back. Like I like a few extra checks.
Yeah. So there's no extra checks.
There's no extra checks.
Well, Kirk saw it, but Kirk's job. Kirk.
Don't do Kirk.
No. Wait. Let me finish. Kirk's job was not to be worried about email, right? And so.
Kirk was getting this amazing studio.
We're probably gonna post a little clip of the reaction when we told Kirk. It's hilarious. But you know what? This whole team was pretty like headstrong. Like, you know what? We fight another day. But anyway, I wanted to finish.
Let's talk about the moment when you got the email.
Well, that's what I'm trying to explain. My wonder was going off when everything was going on. Full circle. I'm trying
That's
to tie it back
so funny.
to,
You just sensed a little.
I just sensed something was off. You know what I'm saying? And then like I go on the Facebook. I didn't go first. The funny thing for me in my process, I didn't even go check my calendar or my email. The first thing I do is check the Facebook to see what time the thing was. And the event said 7 p.m.
Okay.
I was like, oh, real early? Okay.
Like, why are we here?
I'm like, yo, we got a whole hour to kill.
Vince normally comes on time or a minute or 2 late. So for you to be an hour and a half early, it is a long. It's a long period of time for you to be like. You're not like a come early guy.
Yeah.
Let alone an hour and a half early.
And so I'm just like thinking and like the team's here. I'm like, okay, we got to like kill for an hour. Then I go to the calendar and the appointment is gone. And I was like,
did your heart sink a little bit?
Yeah, I was kind of like, what the fuck?
I would have thought I had the wrong day. That'd be a Liz move. Like, is it tomorrow or did I miss like?
That's what I was like. I don't know what was going on here.
One more question: had you seen it? Like, I have a tendency to like double check things a lot. Had you even looked once since it was booked, or did you like?
And that's why today is so weird. Normally, I would like check what's going on.
Okay.
Like I didn't even like. I don't even like when I think about my whole day. I'm like, I don't even know what I did. I woke up, right? I got a little yoga,
Namaste.
Did a little meditation in, got my head clear, obviously of everything.
Thank God your head was clear. Imagine.
And then imagine it was on though. And then so I would have caught something.
You guys, Vince did meditation for the first time in like
forever.
Like
and so
that's so funny.
Getting ready for this night.
You should have been more paying attention.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
You were too zenned out.
I was too zenned out.
No more meditation.
No more meditation.
You're done.
I'm going to stay a spaz for life. But I want to finish the story because everyone's listening in. So anyway, I hop on the email. I type in Gary, and I saw it at 8:43 a.m. His team was like, hey, Gary has a big meeting tonight. He's going to cancel. And I felt so bad because, like, man, everyone's here. And
don't feel bad.
But this is how I process things. Like, I felt so bad, and I was like, well, I just got to let everybody know right now. Like, most people are like, oh, let me text you, let me whisper. I made a mistake. I was like, Gary's not coming on. And I think everyone did you guys, the team's here. I don't know if they believed me or not, or you guys thought I was playing around. What was your guys' reaction when I said it?
I could tell you were serious because of your face.
I thought you were kidding.
So, Carrie, I thought we were kidding.
When you guys told me, I thought it was
So
I could just tell your face went flat.
Yeah, so, somber moment.
Yeah, it's normal.
So rest in peace to the Gary Vee.
I mean, that would not have been a real funny joke. I'm happy you weren't. I mean, it would have been a little funny, but, I don't think you necessarily would joke about that.
Yeah, so then...
Because you guys, we took this pretty seriously. So Gary obviously would have, hopped on his laptop, literally, you, oh, what am I doing right now? Not necessarily ahead of time. He probably did not prepare for, Gary's much fly by the seat of his pants, hoodie, I guarantee he wasn't necessarily planning. We were rolling out the red carpet when we made we were going to do a Facebook Live. I was proud of us. We rallied the team.
So
we
let's
made graphics,
talk about.
We talked about it.
Let's talk about why that's important to do.
Yeah. So I'm the galvanizer. I like to get hype. I like to get excited. It's my natural, they say in the book, your God-given talent. So that's what I keep saying. Mm-hmm. But I just naturally get excited about big moments. Life is actually, it's more important how you celebrate the good stuff than how you handle the bad stuff. Scientifically proven. So
scientifically proven.
No, it's true. People always think when something's bad, did you bring them a meal? But when things were good, did you cheer them on? It's actually more meaningful when you celebrate the good. So that's why I love birthdays and anniversaries and da-da-da-da-da. So Gary Vee's coming on the show. You booked him, Vince. It's a big moment for you. We're going to be excited. Why not, right?
Yeah.
And we have a pretty relatively new team. Most people on our team are less than 90 days. So why not involve everybody, celebrate the moment together as a team? I'm very much tribe before self. So I'm like, how can we all, I started a Slack channel so we could all be in the loop and just all celebrate it. It's a win for the group. It's a cumulative win. I want to just bring everybody together. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's more fun for me to this is our win.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think it's just, if you guys have a podcast and you have a big guest coming on, I think it's also very important to get all hands on deck to get the most content you can get to grow your podcast.
Gary taught us that.
And that's a lesson from Gary. And so I was like, yo, this is a huge opportunity for us. Let's try to get as many wins as we possibly can.
Talk about that, in terms of what we were going to do with the content. That's a good lesson for anybody doing anything significant.
Well, I can't give you guys our strategy. I'm just kidding. But we're definitely going to share it to the world mass. So much so, I was gonna be so annoying with the clips. I was gonna wait for a Gary and because I'm kind of narcissist, a Gary and a Vincent moment where he was just yo, I think you're a genius.
No, literally.
And every couple of days, I'll just post that on my story.
Yeah, I mean it's a miracle you let me be part of this.
Kind of serious.
What if it's really tomorrow and you just don't want us all part of it?
Yo, like, what? Like, yeah, watch me pivot to the document.
Oh my god.
So now we're here.
What do you think about like the whole? I know it's people have different opinions. So some people might think we hyped it up too much. We got too excited. I disagree with that. But what are your thoughts on that?
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like, I think if you put your best effort first and foremost always, then it doesn't matter. Like, we tried.
Yeah.
I'll be more mad if we didn't try and it was like a great thing and we didn't like seize
Record it. Yeah.
and we didn't seize the opportunity. Like, I feel like you have to, no matter what footing you're in, no matter what location, what culture, what your situation is, if you're not trying your hardest, then like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I know I put the F word before that, but I'm not going to. But like,
Right.
what's the whole point? Like, why not? You know?
And it's a fun exercise to show how a team can get done so much more than an individual. And I think we're so lucky to have such a great group of people to really jump in and help. You know, everyone showed up. We had a rehearsal last night. We had calls every week. Like people showed up, and it was fun just to see people do things a little bit more than usual.
Yeah.
I just learned some.
Hey, are you enjoying this episode? We would be so grateful if you left us a 5-star review on iTunes. That helps us get this episode out to more people like you who want to turn their passion into profit.
You gon' learn, you gon' learn, you gon' learn. It
was fun just to see people do things a little bit more than usual.
Yeah. So, the segue and move on.
I mean, can we talk about Kara's graphics and how amazing they were?
Yeah.
We had this whole thing, like, she made one graphic where he was blurred out. And it was a surprise guest, and then we had an event page. And
people were guessing. People were like, "No way!" I posted on Facebook. Everyone's like, fire emojis. No one ever tells me nice things. Everyone's like, "Call me. I've always believed in you." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, I got a lot of always believed in you this year, and so I'm just like getting so excited to like, yes, finally, I'm getting the love. But yeah, I don't know.
Look, guys, if you're listening and you still believe in Vince, even though Gary canceled, please let him know.
Please let Liz know. She'll let me know. Anyway.
But I mean, do you have any regrets? Would you have done it differently?
I feel like I'm trying to move on 3 times for this.
Oh, sorry.
No, keep going.
No, it's all good.
Any regrets?
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight.
No regrets, ever.
There we go. That's what I like to hear.
A little regrets.
What is a regret? We went a little too hard.
Oh, not about this part. I mean, like in life. I have like 2, and that's like the worst feeling.
I was talking about the Gary Vee thing.
No. I mean, I kind of regret not looking at my email.
So, lesson of the day is, oh my God, podcast title, read your email. Check your email.
Yeah, check your email.
This is just a sign you need an assistant. We've been talking about this for ages. Don't you think? A nice little personal assistant.
Yeah, and I didn't want you to be right. I'm like, no, Liz, I can.
Personal assistant.
Do I look like I need an assistant? I'm the Don. I definitely need one. So,
definitely.
if you're listening to this podcast and you want to be a virtual assistant to me, hit me up, please, and thank you. Or maybe hit Liz up. So Liz,
I'll fill that.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't email.
All right, I'll read my email. Email me. We'll get Vince a VA. No, I think it's it happens to the best of us, and nothing that we did, and. You know what? I honestly had a lot of fun getting ready for it, and again, you guys, he's gonna reschedule, so he'll be on eventually. Well, it'll be a funny story. We honestly, I don't want to waste the time because he only gives you like 30 minutes, but it would be such a funny story if he knew.
Yeah,
you guys, we
might have to do a nod to it.
We probably prepared more than any, because normally he does these things where it's like, "Hey guys, I'm going live right now," and random people are like in their pajamas just go on air.
Listen, Liz has a printout of questions.
Yeah, you guys. I have. Should we talk about the questions?
You want to release them now?
Save them for Gary.
Up to you.
I'll share a couple. Save them.
Because we're gonna get Gary back.
All right, guys. But yes, you know why I did this? Because Kirk wanted to use my cell phone to record extra video, and he's like, "Liz, I know you love a good Google Doc, but we're gonna need your phone." So
yeah, I even made questions in my note app too.
The other reason I made questions is I knew it would go real fast, so I was like, I need to make sure I get one question. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, because I only really had one question.
I wanted a couple. You feel the mood out.
Yeah.
And then I kept reading this, like, that's a dumb question, Liz.
Oh, really?
So Vince, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
This
light is so bright.
You're wearing shades.
How do you?
No, don't turn it down. Like, it makes me feel like a star. Like.
You are a star, Vince.
We all believe in you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you guys. Thanks for.
You feeling okay? How do you feel right now?
I actually feel pretty good. I'm like happy that we're all here.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. You're
I mean,
you're never
sure.
alone, Vince.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I feel all the love.
Good.
I want to make a joke now. I'm not gonna say it on the podcast,
Oh dear.
but
We do all love you.
well, I appreciate.
And
you
I'm
guys.
also
and I
just-
love all you guys.
I'm just really proud of you though for reaching out to Gary to get him on the podcast. That was a really smart move. You know, some people are like, how did it happen? They thought, as you might recall, and we can link to it, we were on Good Morning America for a hot second with Gary. And a
Nice.
lot of people thought that was from that.
No,
you know,
completely
but
unrelated.
no, this is completely Vince just reached out to Gary on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have 8 million followers. You didn't already know him. You had never met him. You did that out of thin air, Vince. And that's what I think is so special about you. And that's the Vince special. He pulls things out of thin air and makes magic happen. And it's pretty cool to watch. Maybe
Thank
that's
you
that
for-
wonder.
Thank you for that moment of love and appreciation. I need to hear that once in a while, so I appreciate that.
Oh.
And thank you for
Gonna get that with me. Don't you worry.
and thank you for like galvanizing the team and getting people hyped up and excited because we all know that that's not me. So so I appreciate that too. I think
We're a
great.
good balance.
I think I was about to say that.
You were?
So who's passion? Who's profit?
I think it's pretty obvious.
I'm not gonna answer that.
I'm proud.
You're profit on passion.
Definitely.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kidding. You're prophet.
No, you're definitely.
I'm
profit.
definitely passion. For sure. I'm like the most excitable.
Let's talk about how the yellow and the blue turned to green. Is that right? Is that right on the color thing?
Yellow and blue.
Like our original
Correct.
logo, and now it's green.
Yeah. So, guys, money
That's deep.
is green, as is Lemon Bowl and Irie Kitchen.
Yeah, we both have. She has yellow, I have blue.
You mix yellow and blue,
It's the
you
best.
get green.
You get green.
And green also happens to be your best friend's favorite
Yeah,
color.
I almost feel that one. Yeah. So
All right. What are you excited for with the rebrand? Why did this is your obviously original idea to rebrand to begin with. Why does that make you excited?
I think it's like I said, I changed my mind a lot. But what I'm most excited for is to see what happens, to see what changes. Does our downloads go up? Do we get more interesting guests on? Like, does that open up a new business thing? Where is the opportunity? How can we stand out? Like, what's different? How can we also tell our story as business partners and friends? Because it isn't finished yet and it's just getting started. So I think you're gonna get a lot of that from us in the next coming episodes. And probably forever.
Right.
Just like Liz, entrepreneur, built the Lemon Bowl from the ground up. Vince, entrepreneur, built whatever he's currently building from the ground up. And it's just like working together to communicate our story and give value and get cool people on. And, our aspirations are just making things happen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This was an idea. We made it happen. So that's what I'm most excited about.
And I think we're really passionate about like showing you the behind the scenes and taking you along the journey. We're not going to just show you the final scene, the perfect end cut. Like, here it is, the perfect curated finished product. We really want to take you along the journey with us because people do approach both of us regularly about growing businesses because we've done it. And I feel like I could send them a link to how to build a blog or how to photograph food better or how to optimize your blog post for SEO. But I think it's actually more beneficial to come along the journey with us and see what we're doing and
Yeah.
see how it happens.
To your point about the conversations, I think that's a big thing I want to bring back. I feel like last season, there's so many ideas. I think we got a little far away from that. I don't want to come off as having all the answers or a guru. I want to come off as somebody who's in the process as much as you are.
Yeah.
Like, my authority is like me willing to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, not any authority over you. as a
No different
person.
than anybody else.
Anybody else.
Anything we're doing, anybody else could do too. I don't actually think of anything at even the Lemon Bowl that anybody couldn't do. There's not a single thing. It's just a matter of going into motion, which we know from the 6 genius zones isn't everybody's forte.
Yeah.
But find someone that it is. We're going to do a whole episode about that another
Yeah.
time.
I think these people should just be, I don't know. I think real quick, like 10 seconds on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, question for you, Liz, do you think people are born or made in entrepreneurship?
Definitely born.
Interesting.
I don't think you can teach someone or train someone or educate someone or guide someone or coach someone into being an entrepreneur. I think you can grow and improve, but I think that you are either cut out for it or you're not. And I know so many people that love doing so many other things than entrepreneurship that I don't have a bone in my body to do. What do you think?
I wonder. I think there's like three. How I break it down is like three like levels or maybe two. There's like entrepreneurship, then there's like business people, like small business owners, and then there's like executives.
Oh,
And so I guess like technically, if we go off with your explanation, then then entrepreneurs are in their own world.
yeah.
Like they're founders. Like how I really view an entrepreneur, I view entrepreneur as someone who has ideas and like wants to make them happen, but it's always like another thing.
Wait, I thought it was just having a bunch of Instagram accounts.
No, definitely not. Yo, if you're an Instagram account,
Zing.
check my Twitter. I be throwing shade out there. But that's how. So my classification.
Well, I do think you should define it though, because that's the one thing is I think what's happened is there's no barrier to entry anymore. So, technically anyone could be an influencer, an entrepreneur, But when I was answering that question, I was really talking about being successful at it in the long term.
Oh, I mean, yeah, very few people are successful athletes, doctors.
Yes.
Like so,
You cannot train exactly.
To your same point, like there is some hard work, but a lot of it is just talent, right? Like
You could practice basketball every day. You're still not going to be in the NBA.
And so exactly, I'm not going to the NBA
No,
anytime soon.
the NBA players had both. They
Yeah.
still had to practice every day.
Yeah. But they also had they just got the game. They're just naturally good at it.
100%.
But yeah, so for me, entrepreneurs are like people who have ideas, are always coming up with them. They're founders. I don't necessarily see entrepreneurs as people who are always like leading the business, or like in it all the time. Like I see them as
That's a manager, isn't it?
as a brand or as like idea of what we do. I see small business owners, they have entrepreneurship tendencies, like they open up a family business, or they open a podcast studio. Like they take their passion and they localize it, and their goal isn't really to build a huge big thing or change the world. It's like, can I make some extra money? Can I do some cool shit? And I think executives are people who understand business, who want to work in businesses, who can like be creative and on their feet, have ideas, but not necessarily want the pressure of owning a business, running a business, being on the hook for it, any of that. They just kind of just like, can I just run it? Can I make my cash, and can I enjoy my life? So that's kind of like how I like think about it. So I don't know. I feel like you can be made to an extent, but like you just naturally born with it. I feel like, there's things you can learn. Like you can learn how to build a business,
Right.
But I think entrepreneurs have something about them where you just don't like being told what to do. I think that's like the biggest defying characteristic for me. Like at a certain level, it doesn't mean you don't listen. It doesn't mean that you don't take advice or you don't communicate. It just means that at the end of the day, like you don't like being told what to do.
Yeah. You know what I think a lot of it is? Entrepreneurs are very pragmatic. So I've noticed in my life, I don't really take no for an answer. So if there's a setback, I'm the first one back on my feet. I don't take setbacks, and I will always find a way.
Yeah.
So if something isn't working, I will alter and I will constantly tweak, adjust, tweak, adjust. I'm always very determined to succeed.
And would you say it's also fun for you?
No, it's extremely uncomfortable and.
Oh really?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, probably because
Isn't it fun?
I think because I'm good at it, so it must be fun if I'm doing it.
Yeah, like it's like puzzling.
Yeah, it's a challenge. I do like to be challenged.
And it's like, how fast can I get this puzzle done? It's like for me.
Yeah.
It's like, and messing up and failure, just like Gary not canceling and me not noticing it, is like makes it more fun.
100%.
Gives us a story,
Yeah, and I feel like it's not so. It doesn't really matter what happened along the way. But did you get back up and try again?
And again.
Like, are you gonna follow up with Gary in a couple days to get that new date in the calendar? Yes, you are.
And again.
Yes, you are.
And again,
Are we going to keep guilting him until he says yes? Yes, we are. Send him a photo looking sad.
like Gary, what about?
Gary, just send him like a little sad note.
Well, good talks with you as always.
So are you excited about Passion Profit? Any closing thoughts about our rebrand?
Pay attention. Follow along. I think a lot of cool shit's gonna happen from the Irie Lemon camp and the Passion to Profit podcast.
You guys, this is just the beginning. So if you know anything about Vince and I, we don't really do things lightly
Or halfway.
or halfway, and we want a lot. So we're gonna go for it.
Taking all this shit.
But we appreciate you. We are so grateful for all of your support in season 1, which was almost a year and a half. So thank you guys so much. We're so grateful for you, and I'm so excited. Here we are, season 2 coming soon.
Season 2, baby.
Woo-hoo. We're so excited. Let us know what you think of the new branding, the new logo. Shout out to Josh who did it. And yeah, let us know what you want to see ahead. All right, peace out.
Bye.
Hey, you gon' learn this jazz too. Hey, yes, you going to learn this jazz. Ooh, I even taught your girl some jazz yesterday. True. No, I'm just playing.